Hi, I'm Victoria Ballou, creator and publisher of Astrologic Magazine. And your intuition, listening to your subconscious, is what brought you here in this moment to choose a stack of cards, to hear a message that your subconscious wants you to hear. So I invite you to choose the stack. Will it be underneath Vesta, my warrior priestess, and who is the main character of my urban fantasy series, or is it underneath this beautiful fossilized shell? It might also or otherwise be underneath this quartz obelisk. So choose which stack resonates with you. Don't overthink it. It's usually your very first thought, your very first impulse, which is correct. And as you're making that choice, let me invite you to subscribe to Astrologic Magazine. Every month we have new articles by the world's most brilliant astrologers, tarot experts, and metaphysicians who write about incredible subjects. Everything from, of course, astrology and tarot to soul awakening, which deals with your reincarnation and your soul, to sound healing, to astrocartography, which if you don't know what that is, you need to check that out. And of course, I write a few articles on dream interpretation and tarot, as well as some other practical metaphysics, as I call them. And as we are talking about that, I want to encourage you to always pay attention to your dreams. I will be offering a dream course in 2024 that will help you learn how to decode, decipher the subconscious messages coming to you every single night. If you haven't begun doing this already, then you are missing half of what you need to know. Our conscious life is only half of the life that we're living. And every night, our dreams give us messages that tell us truly where we are in our lives, unvarnished. And we need to all pay attention to that. So I will let you know more about that in the future. All right, let's begin. And as I always do, I like to begin with a quote that I live by every day, who is none other than Albert Einstein, was the person whose quote this is. Sorry, I don't mean to ramble. I'm excited about Christmas. Tomorrow, this is Christmas Eve. This is Christmas Eve that I'm recording this, and so it's a wonderful, joyous time. But let me share the quote with you by Albert Einstein, who said, "Everything is energy. That's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. This is not philosophy. This is physics." What a quote that can take you anywhere and everywhere that you want to go in your life. All right, let's begin with the very first stack of cards. We will move over Vesta and take a look at the first card, which is your overview energy. This is your energy from a broad standpoint. Let's see what's going on with you. Well, you have the universe. How fabulous for you, because of course the universe represents the fact that you're in a place where you feel like you've leveled up. And at this time of the year, that's an outstanding place to be, because we've just come through the winter solstice here in the northern hemisphere, which gives us that time to reflect on where we want to go in the new year. And of course, the new year is right around the corner from us now. This is saying you're feeling very tuned in to where you are at this moment. So that is fantastic. But we always have challenge energy, right? And so we're going to take a look at what that challenge energy is for you, because even though you embody this beautiful card of the universe saying, yes, you are ready to take the next step metaphysically, there's something that you need to pay attention to as well. So here is the Prince of Cups. Being that this is your challenge card, what this energy is saying is that you're being challenged with being very serious about where you are, not having an ego involved in this, but rather understanding that you have the opportunity, the potential for something extraordinary within your life right now. But the Prince of Cups, gets a little tunnel vision, we'll call it, especially when in the basement view of things, the basement energy, which is what the challenge energy is representing here. And so you need to be very careful about having any ego about where you are right now, any sort of inflated ideas, but rather bring it back into some sort of graciousness, right? That's the word that comes to me. Appreciation of where you are right now. And the way to do that, well, we're going to take a look at the third card, which is your course of action called for, to see how to work with this universe and challenge energy of the Prince of Cups. I'm not surprised to see this. Here she is, Queen of Wands. What this card is saying is you need to trust that self-knowledge that you possess, that deep wisdom, your ability to sort through things which are superfluous, right? That don't really matter on a deep level for you. And ego certainly comes into this. Your ego, you need to check that at the door, as the old saying goes, because you have a lot to learn here. You have a lot to embody here in this moment. And if you get this constructed ego idea of who you are, where you are, maybe, then it's taking you off of your course. And so this is just a gentle reminder. This is just a course correction check for you at this point. And what a fabulous way to wrap up the end of the year in terms of feeling that that you have this beautiful universe energy and that it is getting a little overinflated. But by bringing yourself back into alignment with who you really are, then you will be radiating with this universal energy, this energy of taking yourself into a new level of living. So, fabulous. Congratulations. Okay, let's take a look at the second stack of cards. We will move that beautiful shell over and take a look at your first card, which is your overview energy. This is your energy from a broad standpoint. Let's take a look and see. You have the Princess of Swords. I love her so much, right? This is air energy, thinking, intellect that's happening here. So this means that, she's a rebel, right? And so this is you right now in the position of carving a path, making a decision, living in a way that feels very right to you, that not only feels right, but you are thinking is right for you, that may not be the way that something would be traditionally handled, that other people may not necessarily agree with, but that you are trusting in your own intellect to say, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. Again, I really appreciate this energy because, logic, a lot of logic comes into this, and it does not care what other people think because it trusts itself, right? So that is your overview energy. But of course you have challenge energy. Let's take a look at what it is. Okay. Seven of Swords here in the top deck. It's called futility. What this is saying is, I want you to take a look at this fabulous sword that's going right up the middle. This is like the Princess of Swords sword, right? That she has gained some clarity with, that you are gaining clarity with. But you have these six other ideas, manifestations, obstacles, which are poking into it. And they're formidable. They're making you feel like, yes, I know I'm right in creating this path and thinking this way, doing this that I want to do, that's not traditional, that is my own way. But boy, it just doesn't feel like it's going to work. it's not going to work. And so here is the anxiety and the frustration that you're feeling because of this. And I get that. And so, yeah, this is your challenge. But we're going to take a look at your course of action called for, because this is going to clear up how you handle dealing with that. I love this. You have the Queen of Discs, another fabulous, wonderful favorite card of mine. What this is saying, discs represent Earth and your environment, your body, the things around you in a very tangible way, right? And so this is saying, the Queen of Discs has an enormous amount of experience. That's, she's come up on this beautiful summit, and she's overlooking this wasteland that she's gone through, and she has her fabulous horns of wisdom and her scepter of knowledge here, right? And she knows that she has weathered storms and come through them successfully. And this card is saying, as your course of action, what you need to do is recognize that you're just weathering another storm. And let me put it down here so you can see it. The swords, which are trying to disrupt the clarity that you're feeling with this Princess of Swords, is, it's saying, let the Queen of Discs show you and remind you that you've been through this before. You have had challenges and obstacles before, and this is no different. You can eliminate each one of those little 6 swords poking into your clarity sword by patience, by deciding one by one how you're going to address them. And you will absolutely accomplish this. And so I want you to think about this. And it might actually be 6 things which are complicating matters, which are challenging you, right? So however many there are, address them one by one and allow that beautiful Princess of Swords energy to just have the clarity. Let your Queen of Discs reign in terms of gaining more experience and wisdom as you go through this trial. All right, let's take a look at your third stack, your third choice. The top card is your overview energy. This is your energy from a broad standpoint. So let's see what's going on. How nice. This is the adjustment card here in the Thoth deck. It's called adjustment. In other decks like the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's known as justice. This just means you're in alignment, right? This means you're feeling very much in tune, in balance with where you are right now. And what a wonderful way to wrap up this year. Perhaps during the winter solstice a few days ago, you were able to do what you resonate, embrace the energy of the solstice, which was to rest and reflect on where you have come from up until this point, and then prepare to reawaken into something new that you want to accomplish. And so if you did, that could very well explain why you have this beautiful adjustment card as your overview energy. But of course, we always have challenge energy. Let's see what it is. Let's tune in. Okay, you have the Magus, the Magician, here in the Thoth deck. And as the challenge energy, this is suggesting that you may not be using all your talents correctly. This may say that you're overstepping yourself in some ways, feeling a little bit cocky about things, a little presumptive about things. It's really just too much of whatever it is that you feel like your talent, one of your talents is being expressed here. You've just kind of overstepped it in some way, and that has created a challenge for you. It's interesting because you do have the adjustment card as your overview energy, but, here the Magus is talking about just being almost too clever for your own good. But, of course, we have a third card, which is your course of action called for, and this is going to help mitigate all of that. So let's take a look. It is the Three of Cups, abundance. and what a wonderful way, again, to wrap up the year with this stack of cards, because what it's saying is you just need to embrace the abundance that is in your life, that is here right now. And as this might relate to your challenge energy, it is saying turn loose of the any sort of inflated ego, right? And turn loose of trying to impress people, or turn loose of trying to be too just too talented with what you're doing right now, and instead just take a wonderful step and back and take a breath and just be grateful for what you have and recognize all of the abundance around you. That is exactly what this is saying. But you're in a good place. We all get excited here at the end of the year with the holidays, all these amazing holidays around us. And so I understand that. This is just saying pull back a little bit. Thank you so much for joining me today. I invite you to leave your questions and comments below. I will be gone. I'm headed to Italy in a couple of days, and so I will be back with episodes in the new year. I'm really looking forward to communicating all of this beautiful energy that's coming through and the messages for you as soon as I get back. And so thank you for joining me.